As Chelsea finally bring the curtain down on their miserable campaign, Express Sport runs the rule over which players shown in the blue shirt, and those that let themselves down. Chelsea have endured what can only be described as a season of regrets, and the relief was palpable when the final whistle was blown in their 1-1 draw with Newcastle on Sunday, bringing an end to their worst Premier League campaign in 29 years. Finishing 12th in the table under caretaker Frank Lampard. Very few of the Blues' playing squad have emerged with their reputations enhanced after a dismal season. Todd Boehly will take some of the blame, as well as their three bosses Graham Potter, Thomas Tuchel and Lampard, but the buck stops with the players, who will be hurting after some torrid performances. Express Sport assesses each player's performance with a rating out of 10, and not many will go unscathed without taking some form of criticism. Every Chelsea player to have made an appearance in the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup or Carabao Cup has received a rating, unless there is not enough evidence to give a rating, in which case an N.A. will be given instead. Kepa Arrizabalaga 7 Chelsea's most improved player after snatching the number 1 jersey from Edouard Mendy. He kept 9 clean sheets from 29 appearances, and without his efforts, the Blues could have been plunged into a relegation battle. Edouard Mendy 5 What has happened to the goalkeeper who looked unbeatable in their magnificent Champions League success? With only 1 appearance since November and just 1 clean sheet with 14 goals conceded in 10 games, it's no wonder he is on his way out. Reece James Chapter 6 So often a crucial player under Thomas Tuchel, James' lengthy spells in the physio room has only exacerbated Chelsea's problems this season. His crossing, clever passing and determination has been sorely missed in an injury-hit campaign. Cesar Azpilicueta 5 A devoted servant to the club, Azpilicueta is approaching 34 and sadly, the Spaniard has had his frailties exposed this season. He bids farewell after 11 years as a Blue. Trevor Chalobah 6 signed a new long-term contract in September but has struggled to reach the heights of his excellent form last season, with a spattering of mistakes at the back. His versatility has proved useful, though, particularly with James out injured. Wesley Fofana 6 spent the first half of the season sidelined with injury, and since then, the £70 million signing has displayed glimpses of his obvious potential. But mistakes against Manchester United showed he still has some learning to do. Thiago Silva 7 voted the club's Player of the Year, and there can be no argument with that. A composed, elegant presence at the back when Chelsea have pressed the self-destruct button. The 38-year-old should not be this vital to Chelsea at his age, but he continues to defy logic. Kalidou Koulibaly 5 The Blues would have expected so much more from one of Europe's top defenders after his £34 million move from Napoli, but the Senegalese was not blameless for their defensive issues and could now head back to Italy after a disappointing first season. Benoit Badiashile 6 A rare success in Todd Boehly's £600 million spend, as Chelsea appeared to have snagged a bargain with Badiashile. For the most part, the 21-year-old has been assured at the back, and only a few minor errors have blemished his record towards the end of the season. Marc Cucurella 3 A complete disaster that sums up Chelsea's torrid season and botched recruitment strategy. Whatever the plan was to integrate Cucurella, nothing has worked, and the player's shocking form on the pitch needs to improve drastically to avoid him getting the boot. Ben Chilwell 6 Whenever he plays for Chelsea, there is greater energy, effort and creativity from the left. But after missing 15 games with 2 hamstring injuries, Chilwell can't be relied upon to play every 3 days, and that's where Hall may come in. Lewis Hall 7 The bright spark in Chelsea's season has once again come from Cobham in the shape of Hall after becoming the latest academy star to break into the first team. His crossing is mightily impressive for an 18-year-old, and his tireless work rate shows up some of his lazier teammates.